hunting,
fishing,
cooking,
camping,
conservation,
travel,
gardening,
photography, family.
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 This is the Outdoor Rules Podcast. Hey everybody, Mike here. Welcome to the podcast. At long last, we are to the Norway episodes. So I am back stateside, but while we were there, we recorded a couple episodes. This will be a Norway trilogy, I'm calling it. So we're going to start out with this week's episode, which we recorded from Reykjavik, Iceland. And then the second part of the episode we recorded in Norway. What we'll do is we'll do this one leading up to our arrival at Camp Halibut, the place where we fished. And then next week's episode, we will be at camp, and that one will be all about the fishing itself. And then at the end, there'll be a third episode kind of wrapping up all the storylines. We'll find out how much it actually cost GT to get all his fish back home. But if you are interested in this story at all and haven't listened, you could go back. The origins of how we ended up coming to this Norway trip we talked about in an episode a while back called Guggens Go Global. So you may want to go back and check that one out before you listen to this one. And then one other thing that I wanted to mention before we get going, if you listen to our last two episodes, the episode with Joe Skorupski, I think you'll probably agree with me that Joe's is just an amazing and an inspirational story. And we're so happy to report that Joe continues to recover. I would encourage all of our listeners to go back and listen to those two episodes. And, you know, if you take as much inspiration from that story as we did, I would really encourage you to join with the Outdoor Rules community and help out Joe and his family. The way that you can do that, you can find a link to a GoFundMe page for Joe. It's on our website, www.outdoorrules.com. If you go to the podcast part of the website and go to last week's episode, to the one titled, I think it's episode number 41, the one titled Joe Ski What Doesn't Kill You. You can find it there. We've also got it around on our social media. So again, we would just really appreciate our listeners, you know, opening up and helping out Joe's family with that. But as long promised, here we go with part one of the Norway trilogy. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Where are we, Robert?
In Reykjavik.
You're right. We are in Reykjavik. What country is Reykjavik in?
Iceland.
Yeah. How long have we been in Iceland?
2 to 3 days.
Yeah, we've been here 2 full days and 1 part of a day, right?
Yeah.
Let's jump right into it. What has your favorite thing been here in Iceland?
Visiting a whale museum in the Secret Lagoon.
Oh, you like the whale museum?
Yeah.
That was here in Reykjavik.
Yep.
And what was the Secret Lagoon?
Iceland?
No, what kind of thing was it?
It was like a big thermal pool.
Oh, a big hot spring thermal pool?
Yeah.
That was super fun, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, who else is with us?
GT and Poppy.
Say hi, guys.
How you doing, boys?
Hi, guys.
I'm doing great.
I'm doing good.
All right. So, Robert, this is what? This is the beginning of our big Norway adventure, right?
Yeah.
What are we headed to Norway for?
Fishing.
Yeah, we're going to do a bunch of fishing, right?
Yeah. And we're gonna catch our food for a week.
We're going to catch our food for a week.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're going to eat it, like, right away. But on the last day we're there, we're going to catch some and then save it.
And then what?
And then bring it home.
We're going to bring it all the way back home.
Yeah.
Poppy's going to take some to Pennsylvania.
I hope.
And we're going to take some to New Mexico. Robert.
I think we have a couple levels we need to get through before we get to that.
Robert.
First, we have to catch fish to put in the cooler.
Yeah. So let's lay out for our podcast listeners, how did we get here? GT, the travel side of this, what did we do?
We drove from Santa Fe to Denver, Colorado, and spent a night, and got on a plane and flew to Reykjavik, and then spent 3 nights, and then we'll spend a night in Oslo, and 2 more nights in other towns that I don't even know.
GT has no idea where he's going.
I don't.
No, I mean, so
You just said, like 18 months ago, hey, I want to plan a trip to Norway. And I said, good, I'll go. And that's the last I've heard about it.
that's the last planning you've done. So we drove to Denver because you can get a direct flight to Reykjavik from Denver.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
About a, 7-hour flight.
Yep.
And then obviously our next move will be to go from here to Oslo in
It's
Norway.
only about 2.5-hour flight, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
6-hour time change from Santa Fe, New Mexico to Reykjavik, Iceland, and another 2-hour time change to Norway. Poppy, what was your travel path?
Well, I started out, of course, in Quentin, Pennsylvania, and then drove to BWI, which is basically the Baltimore airport, and then flew from the Baltimore airport to the Reykjavik airport. And I happened to get into the airport 3 hours before the guys coming in from Denver. And I think of the airports I've been to, which I can't say aren't a terrible number, but that was the busiest airport I have ever seen. I think, I won't even say what kind of airport I think it's from. But, yeah, so it was rather interesting. The other group joined up then, and then GT had rented a car, and we drove from there to the...
Not just any car.
No, not just any car.
What'd you rent us, GT?
What was it, a Toyota something or other?
You know what it is. Don't be coy.
A Land Cruiser.
A diesel Toyota Land Cruiser. It's like my dream vehicle.
Yeah, because, I pictured coming here and we'd be driving over through the rivers and back muddy roads and terrible weather and dealing with all of that.
Yeah, we didn't really do that.
We didn't really do that.
No.
No, and the weather's been really nice.
But I did like the Land Cruiser also because I had an FJ60 one time.
Oh, really?
Which was a diesel, well, not a diesel, but a Land Cruiser station wagon like this. Early days, though. Not nearly as many bells and whistles or as plush.
Yeah.
But
way more collectible.
I do have to go back to something, I think, for our maybe 3 or 4 listeners that may have possibly heard the podcast we did early on about going to Norway. And one of the things we were discussing at that point, without, I don't think, any kind of resolution, is what were we going to do to bring fish home?
Right.
Yeah.
And
we still don't know.
We have come up with at least Mike and I have come up with somewhat of an unusual resolution, I think. Now, what would have happened is if we would have taken the coolers that we had bought and put clothing in them and basically took them all the way to Norway to where we were fishing and back, we figure it would have cost like, what is it, $300 to $400?
I can tell you exactly what it cost because that's what I had to do.
Well, what would have it cost? What is it going to cost?
It's $100 per leg. So it's
Well, we don't actually know that. I'm pretty sure you bought it through to Oslo.
I don't think so.
No?
They're going to charge me $100 tomorrow.
Well, as you can tell, we really don't know.
We still don't know
what
how
we're doing.
this. I do know it's expensive to try to ship it any way you want to take it from here.
Yeah, I mean, we spent in that podcast. We spent quite a bit of time talking about. We kind of wrapped it up with you were going to investigate shipping the fish home.
That's right. Yeah, and I did.
Yeah, and I think what we came to was at a very minimum that would be $500.
Yeah,
and what I saw,
more than that. Yeah.
I think to ship any fish home, I think you needed a fishing or a shipping license from Norway.
I never saw that, but the biggest issue that I saw with it was very, very difficult to get it guaranteed even 2 day.
If I had said to you guys a couple weeks ago, tell you what, guys, let's skip all of the bringing fish back, and I'll just buy you each 40 pounds worth of halibut from Whole Foods.
Yeah,
would you have taken that?
No, I'd have told you to pound sand.
Yeah, what fun would have that been?
I don't want fish other people caught. I want to go home and be like, share fish with my family and friends. Be like, well, I went to Norway. Here's halibut that I caught, that I bought at Whole Foods.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can share the story still.
Okay, for you listeners that can tell, we don't know what we're talking about. But anyhow, what Michael and at least I think we have done to kind of make it a little cheaper is we found out that if we actually both did buy rolling suitcases and found out that the coolers that we had do actually fit into rolling suitcases.
Yep.
So we are going to, I loaded up all of my clothing in the cooler, put the cooler in the suitcase, and only had one item that had to be checked in at the airport. And on the way home, of course, I will have two. I'll have one cooler, hopefully full of fish, and the other cooler with my clothing in.
You guys have that very well planned. I, on the other hand, brought the cooler, but filled it with stuff too.
Right.
And my suitcase is full of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, how am I going to get it all?
I think you're going to have to rely on
I'm going to have 3 suitcases.
extra space because we actually, 3 of us did this. Robert's going to bring fish home too.
Oh, yeah.
And we all bought from Costco. We bought Samsonite rolling suitcases, and all 4 of us have the same soft-sided Arctic brand 40 soft cooler.
Right.
And we're figuring that we can probably you can take 18 kilograms of fish out of Norway, which is about 40 pounds. And I put a 40-pound bag of dog food in the cooler, and it fit. Now, I don't think we can get quite 40 pounds of fish in the cooler, even really well packed.
Right.
But the cooler, the fish, and the rolling suitcase, plus a little bit of extra stuff, should stay under the 50-pound weight limit.
And all we have to do is carry it halfway around the world.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? Enough of this cooler business.
Yeah, well, I think, yes, I think you're right. So this is a continuing story that you'll hear more of later in podcasts. So I think we'll get back to maybe our time here in Iceland.
Yeah.
I think when the fish has all melted, by the time we get back through Reykjavik again.
It annoys me so much that you keep bringing up all of the reasons you think this won't work, and I have actually planned this. We have places in Oslo and on our way back and in Reykjavik when we get here. We have places where we should be able to put the fish into the freezers. So
I used to get fish from Alaska shipped to me once a month.
Yeah.
And after about 3 or 4 times of that melting, because it was an extra half a day in transit and wrecking the fish,
Yeah, you're talking to somebody that I transfer meat all the time. I do this kind of stuff all the time, and it's about how much thermal mass you have in the cooler.
You transfer meat all the time.
Game meat all the time. I have done this a zillion times.
So, Robert, what was your favorite thing in Iceland?
So, Robert, what all have we done in our 2.5 days in Iceland?
Well, we went to Hot Spring.
Yep. Can you remember what we did kind of in order of how we did it? What did we do on the first day?
The first whole day or the first day
the day we landed, what'd we do?
We got off of the airplane.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. We got off the airplane.
Yeah.
How about we stood a long time in the airport with all the luggage while I went to get the car? Did we do that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We came to our Airbnb to where we're staying, right?
Yeah.
And then what did we do? Where'd we go first?
The bakery.
We did go to the bakery first. You're right. I forgot about that. Have you liked the bakeries here in Iceland?
I like the second one we went to.
Yeah, there's a bakery called Broad, right?
Yeah.
That you really liked. Okay, and then where did we go? Where was the first place we went and saw stuff? You mentioned it earlier as one of your favorite things.
The whale museum.
Yeah. And what did we see there?
We saw whale stuff.
Zebras?
No.
No zebras?
You were there.
There were elephants, I'm sure.
No.
No.
There were lots and lots of big life-size models of whales, right?
Yeah.
And they were really cool. And we watched a video about whales. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then what did we do? What else did we do that day? We went and saw the big church in downtown Reykjavik, right? Yep.
Yeah, and when we got to the church, I was like hungry. Very, very.
Yeah, you were a little grumpy because you were hungry.
Yeah.
And so then we went to dinner at a really nice seafood kind of sushi type place, right?
Yeah.
And you had something there that you really liked.
Lobster soup.
We didn't have lobster soup. Oh, GT and Poppy had lobster soup, right?
Yep.
And what'd you eat?
Mussels.
A whole big plate of mussels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into what we did on the second day, because the first day was a little bit of a blur with the overnight flight and the time change, right? We were all pretty tired.
Yeah.
But we got up, and on the second day, we went and had a bunch of adventures, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what all did we do?
Hang on, which day are we talking about?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. We went to Waterfalls yesterday.
And what could you do at the waterfall, the big waterfall we went to? What could you do there that was cool?
You could walk behind it.
You could walk all the way around behind the waterfall.
Yeah.
And then we went down to the water almost where the water was falling, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we got a little wet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was a cool picture, though.
It was a very cool picture. And then from there, what did we do?
We went to some sort of gas station. I don't know what.
Yeah. We went to that visitor center and got a little bit of information, right?
Yeah.
We went down and we walked somewhere. We had a race.
Yeah. We went to the black sand beach.
We went to a black sand beach, and Poppy got hit in the head by a tern. Right, Poppy?
Right.
He got hit in the head by the what?
A bird.
Yeah.
A tern. That type of bird is called a tern.
I thought he said a turd. Did you?
They were nesting near the parking lot, and they were very angry.
There were like 6 of them after me at one time, and they were right above my head.
And then which
One actually did hit me in the head. I was hoping it was him and not something else that they dropped.
He's glad it wasn't a bird turd,
Yeah.
I think is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so after all that, what was the big thing we did? What was the big adventure for the day?
the cruise.
The cruise.
Yeah.
We got on a ferry, right?
Mm-hmm.
How'd we get on it? Did we walk onto it?
No.
How'd we get on it?
Drove.
We drove our car right in it.
Yeah.
The whole front of the ferry lifted up, and we drove right in, right?
Yeah.
And then we went across to what I think the English translation is the Westman Islands. But we went there for a special reason. Why did we go there?
To see puffins.
It's the largest common puffin colony in the world, right?
Yeah.
How many puffins do you think we saw?
Like about 20 or 30.
That's
maybe?
all? GT, how many puffins do you think we saw?
Oh, hundreds.
Poppy, how many?
Yeah.
I think we were, if we would have tried to, we could have got
Hundreds.
to 1,000.
If we would have stayed long enough. And we heard a tour guide say that they were seeing very few puffins that day because he said it was the hottest day on record for the island ever. And the hotter it is, the less the puffins like to be out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But where were the puffins?
On a mountain cliff.
On a cliff above the ocean.
Yeah.
And they were going into their burrows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was down in their burrows?
Babies.
Their nests.
Their nest.
That's where they nest.
Yeah, and they have eggs or babies.
Right.
Either one.
Yeah. Once the eggs hatch, then it's babies.
Yeah.
I think they only have one. I think they only lay one egg at a time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we came back, right?
Yep.
It was a pretty full day of adventuring, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. No time to eat. Like, we didn't really eat. Oh, we had a hot dog.
Oh, yeah, we had a hot dog. We had a hot dog on the island.
Yeah.
What else? You had a cheeseburger there.
Yeah.
Yep.
The cheese tastes weird.
you thought the cheese tasted a little bit weird, huh?
Yeah, well, that's pretty normal because I've never been here and I've never tasted the...
You've never tasted their cheese. Icelandic cheese.
Yeah.
Right. What else? Did we miss anything from yesterday, Poppy?
From yesterday? Oh, well, I
We
was
went
still
to the park.
I was still back in the first day. One of my highlights in the first day was our soup. I've never had soup before that had salmon eggs in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very fancy seafood soup. It had all kinds of seafood in it.
And new things that I never did before. Well, the one place where we stopped at lunch, I never before saw anybody have to use a credit card to get into the bathroom. So
there you go.
I did enjoy the ferry ride. I enjoyed seeing the puffins. We actually got in the car after we got off the ferry and drove, I'm guessing, maybe 5 miles to the southern end of the island. And then we got on and walked, I'm guessing, maybe a quarter to a half a mile. And we were at a building that had a couple catwalks, and we were on the bottom one. And I believe that I saw a puffin come out of its burrow, probably 30 or 40 feet from where I was standing. So now most of them were much further away than that, and you could watch them. I'm guessing again we were probably 400 to 500 yards above the water, and you could watch puffins come out of their burrows and fly down towards the water. And actually, they, as I watched them, they would fly down closer to the water and then turn to the left, what would be our left, and go out around the point of the island till I couldn't see where they were going anymore. I've never saw any of them dive into the water. But then you could catch them coming back. They'd come flying back, and then they'd go right up to their holes. Sometimes they'd stop in front of their holes and eat, but a lot of times they went right back into the burrows. So it was really interesting watching the puffins. And I really enjoyed the ferry ride. I enjoyed the black sand beach, and like they had said, it was interesting, the terns attacking you when you got close to any kind of nest. There were a couple different places that happened. I don't remember any more outstanding for the food. The food wasn't anything to talk about the second day.
Yeah, the only thing from yesterday was that I think it spawned what was the dumbest argument of the trip yet, which GT and I...
we're 2 days in.
We're only 2 days in. We saw a sheep that we both agreed looked like a wolf.
Right.
And GT said, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And I said, no, it's a sheep in wolf's clothing. And we are both absolutely certain that we have the right expression.
And I'd like your listeners to vote on this and send a note in or a comment, and we'll find out for sure that I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm sure you must have taken a picture, because you've taken a picture of everything else we've seen.
Yeah.
There you go. You can add
we'll post a picture of that.
I do want to add one more thing for Robert to talk about. We did buy something that we eventually named what?
Cliff.
And what was it?
A puffin.
Yeah, I was worried they were going to name it something else for a while. What?
Yeah, I thought it should have been named Poppy the Puffin.
And why did you name it Cliff?
Because they live close to the cliffs.
Puffins live on cliffs?
Yeah. Well, live close.
Yeah, it was a perfect name.
It is a perfect name. But what was funny about how he named it was we asked you, starting as soon as you bought it, what you were going to name it. And there were a couple ideas. We proposed a few ideas. Muffin the Puffin was one of them. And then... Bob. And then we were just driving along today, about a day after you got the Puffin, and you just said, the Puffin's name is Cliff. Right?
Yeah.
And I think you got it perfect. I think that is the perfect Puffin name. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the first day. What all did we do today?
We went
back to the bakery.
Back to the bakery, yes.
It's an important first step for every day in Iceland, I think, is the bakery.
Right. But it was a different bakery.
Well,
and I agreed with him. I think number 2 was the best.
It was the same bakery today.
Yeah, but a different location.
Yes.
Yeah.
You thought the first location for that bakery was better?
Yeah, because they had the best coffee, and it was right in the building.
Yeah, but right.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that one better because it had the same food as today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it wasn't the coffee wasn't from the bakery.
But it was right in the same building.
I understand that. Yeah. But it was not from the same bakery.
Because you said you can't pay that here, you got to pay that over there. And that was about 20 feet away.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what did we do after the bakery?
We drove an hour to some sort of park.
Oh, yeah. GT, how do you pronounce the name of the park?
I don't know.
Oh, you always laugh at me when I can't say it. Go ahead, tell us.
You can put that to anything here. Like,
Yeah.
how do you pronounce the name of that town?
Right.
Or the name of that street? I don't know.
Yeah. We're not very good at Icelandic pronunciations, but it's the park that's about an hour away from Reykjavik, and we walked down a canyon, right?
Yeah.
But there was something really special about that canyon. Do you remember what the special thing is?
They were 2 tectonic plates.
Very good, Robert. You are exactly right. It's where the Eurasian and the North American tectonic plates meet, and there's a big crack in the earth, and we walked right down it between 2 continental plates. That was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You really liked walking around there, right?
Yeah.
Because there was some interesting history there, right, Dad?
Correct. Yeah. That was one of the first developments or whatever where people came in and they had their own. They didn't even call it a government. The interesting part that I was reading about is they also took care of criminals or whatever they considered criminals in a way, people that stole and did other things. They'd hang them.
You're really focused on the execution side of that.
Well, I find
makes me worried about 2 weeks
He's
together.
brought this up like 4 times today.
If it was a female, they would drown them. And if they thought they were a witch, they burn them.
None of this is making it into the podcast.
You guys
really
didn't take the time to read that.
I
just were looking at rocks.
Oh, boy.
You always cut the good stuff out.
Yeah, we're definitely cutting that part out.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. So then,
This is more like the giant argument podcast of Mike and Poppy.
It's Mike arguing with everybody, I think. I argue with GT about getting the fish home already.
And you sometimes argue about me and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Like how big my stuffy puffin is or something.
Oh, boy. Okay. So from the national park, where do we go next, Robert?
We went. I forgot.
Honestly, so did I. We've done so much stuff in the last 2 days.
Geysers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't next.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Now we're arguing.
Well, I remember arguing about how to get there.
Yeah, our GPSs, our phone and car GPSs didn't seem to agree on how to get there. So we went to Geyser.
Yeah.
And
What did they have in Geyser?
What? What did...
The place we went to that was called Geyser. And in the park there, they had...
Geysers.
Well, that's right. I wonder why they named it
the
that.
name's a little bit on the nose, as they say. But we did see there's a small geyser there that goes off every 5 to 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, and it goes like 70 feet in the air.
Yeah. It's a very short eruption, but it goes off all the time. It was really cool, right?
Yeah. How big do normal geysers go?
Well, I don't think there is such a thing as a normal geyser. There's some really big geysers that only go off like every couple of months maybe and are huge. And because I worked in Yellowstone, so I worked around some geysers there. But the most famous one is Old Faithful that goes off, I think it's about every 50 minutes, or that's what it used to be. I could be wrong about that, though. But it goes off, and it goes at least 100 feet in the air, I think. But it's a lot of water, and it goes off for a long time. This one went pretty high, but it was just really short, right?
Yeah, it went up, and then, I don't know, 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
Like one big burst.
Right. We got a pretty good video of it, didn't we?
Yeah.
We'll have to post that on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then from the geyser place, we went to what?
Don't tell them.
Oh, yeah. We weren't supposed to tell.
Yeah, don't tell.
It's a lagoon, but it's secret.
Yeah. Yeah, don't tell anybody else that.
Okay. We won't. It's a secret between us and our dozens of podcast listeners.
Yes.
And the other 300 people in tour buses that were there.
Oh, yeah. There were some other people there.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But you really liked that, didn't you? What was it? Kind of, can you describe it? What it was like?
Kind of like a hot. It was kind of It was like a hot pool, just it was more hot springy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it had like rocks with.
The bottom was like black pebbles, right?
Yeah, from the black sand beach.
And it was about 4 feet deep, so you could stand like on your tippy toes.
Yeah.
Most places in the pool. And it was they said it was about 100 degrees Fahrenheit in there.
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
Yeah. And you really liked swimming around that, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I asked you at the beginning what your favorite thing was. Now that we've talked about all the things, which one was your favorite?
Can I pick two?
Sure.
Secret Lagoon, Second Bakery, and what?
I love it.
The bakery is good.
Yeah.
Secret Lagoon, Second Bakery, and
Yeah, pick a third thing. Put them in order. Many things as you can think of, put them in order from your most favorite to your least.
But there was something early you were saying you were going to wait, and we haven't even talked about that.
what?
To see whether you were going to put that on your list. What do we do tonight?
Lobster soup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We all had lobster soup.
We
tonight.
went down to a place called, do you remember what it was called?
Something C?
GT? I knew you wouldn't. That's why.
The Red Baron or
The
something
Sea
like
Baron.
Sea Baron.
Sea Baron. I knew it was something with the word C in it.
And we had lobster soup.
Yeah.
And you said this is one of the best things about traveling with you, Robert. One of the things that I appreciate so much about you is you have a very positive attitude about things almost all the time. And when we were in the hot springs swimming around, after we'd been there for a while, I said to you, what has your favorite thing been in Iceland? And you said, this, but I haven't tried the lobster soup yet. Well, now you tried the lobster soup. Which one was your favorite, the swimming or the lobster soup?
Swimming.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I think I would expect from you. Because swimming around is fun, and I really like that too. But when you're 6 years old, it's a lot of fun to swim, right?
Yeah, because, like, you can't stand in some of the parts.
Yeah. So, okay, the order. You said Secret Lagoon, right?
Yeah.
And then what?
I'm gonna do my least favorite to my favorite.
Let's do it. Do it that way.
The first bakery we tried, I didn't like that. This is gonna go from worst to better to
Yeah,
little.
no, that's perfect. Do it.
And second, I forgot what second. What else did we do?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I would have said the third bakery, and the second bakery was next.
We went to 3 different bakeries. We went to the Waterfall, the Black Sand Beach, Puffin Island, geysers, the continental plates. Gosh, we've done a lot of stuff in the last
2 days.
2.5 days. The Whale Museum.
Okay, so
Try it again from bottom up, worst to best.
okay, so yeah, first bakery, and then Dad not letting me get on a scooter.
Robert has been obsessed with the rental electric scooters all over the city, and I won't let him get on one. Okay.
Yeah.
You're quite the comedian tonight.
Yeah, so that was my second least favorite.
Okay.
thing. And my middle favorite thing was seeing the puffins.
Oh, yeah, that was in the middle. I'm thinking this isn't a complete list, but that's okay.
Now I'm getting into the favorite.
Okay.
So, guys, are the long walk, continental plate walk,
Yep.
whatever you call it.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to put it.
And it was geyser, the long walk, and then lobster soup, and then whale museum,
Okay.
and then swimming.
There you go.
So,
What about the
The
mussels?
first bakery. The second bakery.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, and second bakery.
And the mussels.
Oh, my gosh.
And the mussels.
I think we should just go home, don't you? I think we've had enough vacation.
This seems like enough fun for one trip.
No.
No.
We need to have some more.
Okay.
We still haven't done the fishing part.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. We got to do the fishing.
You don't know what my favorite thing was the last couple of days? Was
What?
watching how Poppy and your dad are just itching to go fishing. Everywhere we went, they're looking at the water, checking out, seeing somebody else fishing. What are they catching?
Looking for fish in the harbors.
Yeah,
Looking
they
up what kind of fish they catch there.
just want to go fishing.
We haven't even made it. I haven't even caught a halibut in the Atlantic Ocean, and now I already want to come back here and go halibut fishing because they catch something they call Greenland halibut here.
Yeah, and how good are those supposed to taste?
They're supposed to be delicious. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, and how big do they get?
I don't know.
Do they...
What a good question. We'll have to look that up. Okay. Are you ready to be done podcasting, Robert?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, where are we going tomorrow?
Tomorrow we are going to Norway.
Do you remember the city?
No, I forgot.
We're going to Oslo.
Oslo.
All right. You can be done.
Okay.
All right. So impressions after 3 days in Iceland.
It's a very pleasant place.
It kind of is.
Yeah, I think everything is neat and tidy and pleasant. And when you mentioned earlier, I haven't heard a siren since we've been here. I'm like, that hit me. I'm like, wow, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, we're in our neighborhood in Reykjavik here.
Yeah, and it's a busy little town, and
Right.
and yet it doesn't seem like there's problems anywhere.
Yeah.
People seem comfortable walking down the street by themselves. Just very interesting. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting around, seeing the different sites we saw, watching Robert really enjoy the puffins that was pretty special.
Yeah.
Something we've been talking about a while, so that was cool.
Yeah. I was surprised he put that in the middle of the list because he was pretty into the puffins.
Yeah, I thought the puffins would be number one.
Yeah, me too. But who knows? What about you, Dad?
I really enjoyed the ferry boat ride out to the island, and then the food. I mean, we're talking about bakeries, and there's bakeries all over the place. Bakery number one that we talked about, it's like a block from, we all walked onto that bakery and you can get it, but that wasn't the best food. We didn't think it was the best baked goods, but they had a lot of them and they were good.
I can't imagine how different. Well, first of all, I came here expecting it to be really cold and rainy and hard, like kind of hard to get around and see everything. And we've had just the opposite. The weather's been really quite pleasant for a couple of days here, and
probably concerningly warm from
the Islanders
from an
standpoint.
overall standpoint, but it has been mostly warm and sunny.
But Mike and I were talking about this that if I were to come back here in the summertime, I think I'd come back for a short stint again like this, and not try to change my clock and not try to. I mean, it's light virtually 24 hours a day here right now, so it sort of doesn't matter when you get out and do things, except that if you were to start doing the tourist activities at 8 o'clock at night till 1 in the morning instead, you'd have no.
The ones that are open,
Yeah, you'd have no tour traffic. It would be really quite.
I think I know my wife Karen wants to come here, and I think I would say to her, if we're going to come back, I want to come back in spring or come back in the fall. When, like, one of the things we were missing, I did see today, looking online, that evidently it was a pretty good time for the Aurora Borealis. I happened to be up at 3 o'clock and looking out the window last night, and you couldn't see anything. It's too light. You know what I mean? So I think in the spring or the fall, where you'd have half daylight and half darkness, you could see some of that, and things would be different. And I don't think there'd be the number of people that are here now.
Well, and then there's the quality of the light. So, I think as a photographer, I'm always looking at where's the light, where's the sun at, and where, touring around during the day here now, it's like the sun's always up above. It's up above your head all the time, which isn't the best for photography. So, like either like you say, either spring or fall, you're going to get much better situations for lighting, for interesting lighting on things, or maybe even really, really, if you are coming in the summer, getting out really late at night, the sun at least would be down lower and things like that, which would make it better for you.
But you had some pretty nice pictures of puffins.
Yeah, it was fun. It's the kind of thing that you could sit there. I could have sat there for 4 or 5 hours easily.
Yeah.
Just planted down in a piece of grass somewhere and just watch and wait and see what happens. And that would have been fun. But we had a lot to see. We were busy.
Yeah, we took the ferry out to the island. We only had 4 hours basically between when the ferry picked us up on one side and when we had to be back for the ferry on the other side.
Yeah.
So we didn't spend tons of time anywhere, but that was, we planned that a little bit late.
Right.
But it also kind of worked out for us because with the time change, we didn't want to have to get up. It's about a 2 or 2.5 hour drive.
Right.
From here, so.
It all worked out well.
No, it was. This has really been.
Honestly, I really do feel like we've got a whole vacation in already.
Oh,
in a way.
I was thinking today, like, can you believe the whale museum was like 48 hours ago?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem possible. And and the whole sleep thing. I agree. Like it is kind of rough because you lose a little bit of time with that 6-hour time change in the overnight flights, and then you get here and you're pretty messed up, and then it never gets dark, so that makes it even kind of harder to get back. Today I feel like I'm pretty normal from a schedule standpoint. But yeah, I think the puff, like if I brought somebody back and say you had half the time, the thing that I would prioritize above everything else would be going to see the puffins on the Westman Islands. I thought that was the coolest thing that we did.
One of the things you said while we were there, it would be nice to rent a house on the island and be able to stay there for a night or two.
Yeah, it'd be cool to hang out there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Really get a better sense of that place. What about drawbacks? I mean, Dad, you said about the tourists.
Yeah.
I mean, this is honestly, I guess it's kind of exactly what I expected, which is just like a Yellowstone kind of like everywhere that you're going to hear about, until you get way off the beaten path, like you were talking about, which takes bigger investments of time.
Right.
I think one of the biggest drawbacks for me, Tim already mentioned, I didn't have a fishing rod along with it. I could go fishing, and I saw an awful lot of places that I would have liked to try from trout or Atlantic salmon streams, whatever would have been there. A lot of places, boy, I wish I could have dropped something down, see if I catch a cod here or anything like that.
Who'd have thunk that three of us would travel halfway around the world and not bring our fishing rod?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the drawback to going guided on this Norway thing is we don't have anything. I guarantee you at least one of the people we're meeting up with, I guarantee you Nate Weesey has a fishing rod with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to be ready.
I cannot imagine what kind of junk we would have had to get on the plane if we'd have been taking fishing equipment too.
Yeah. Right. We'd have been in serious over baggage.
And you never did hear back from the guy in Tromsø.
No, I really tried to figure out Atlantic salmon fishing while we were here, and I really could not get that done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the only couple things that surprised me is, I have thought the activity side of things was kind of in line with what I thought cost-wise things would be. But, boy, food is expensive here.
Food is expensive.
If you were trying to come here on the cheap, you almost can't eat out.
Yeah, no, you'd come here and rent a van and
go to the grocery
store
and then never eat out.
Yeah, never eat out.
Yeah, I think like if I was to come back, and I know Karen liked it when we went to Alaska, I'd check into renting one of those motorhomes, and so you could make a lot of your meals.
Yeah,
I think everything is expensive.
If you plan to come here, just a little bit of experience we have, and I think we'll probably feel the same thing in Oslo as well. My guess is, but between the exchange rates and this being like an island, I mean, access to their food's got to be shipped in, almost everything, right, except for the seafood. But I'd say if you're going out for a nice dinner, you better plan on $100 to $150 a head at least.
Yeah, something really nice. Yeah. I mean, it's easy to spend $25 to buy a cheeseburger and French fries.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what'd your hot dog cost?
Yeah, $10 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the worst, there's one thing that stands out to me about the worst thing about Iceland. It's the size of their coffee cups.
Oh.
I have not had a coffee cup that was bigger than like 8 or 10 ounces since I got here.
And it's not like they're serving espresso. Too.
No, it's just coffee.
It's just coffee in an espresso-sized cup.
And there is no choice.
Right.
Like you get a coffee and it costs $4 or $5.
Right.
And it is in a 10-ounce cup.
Yeah.
So that would be my only real complaint.
If that's your only disappointment after 3 days,
traveling
with Poppy and I, then I think we're doing all right, Poppy.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope there's bigger coffee cups in Norway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first part of the podcast is in the books.
There we go.
We're almost through Iceland, headed out not too early in the morning, but Oslo, here we come.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
We're back with Chapter 2 of the big Norway adventure. This is Reykjavik to Oslo to Tromsø, Norway, right, GT?
That's right.
GT's here. Poppy's here.
Hello.
We let Robert out of recording this one. He's got other priorities right now, some big card game, but we'll kind of get to that in a minute. Okay, so when we left off last, we were in Reykjavik, Iceland, recording our last night there. Since then, we've made a couple of jumps.
Yeah.
But one interesting element of Iceland was still ahead of us then, right, GT?
Which part are you referencing?
Well, what happened on the way to the airport?
Oh, well, yeah. We're driving to the airport at 6 a.m. or whatever. And
I mean, who knows? One thing we've learned about traveling in the far north in the summer is it never gets dark, so it's always hard to tell what time it is.
Yeah. So we're driving to the airport, and you look up and say, "Wow, that in Santa Fe that would look like a fire smoke cloud."
Yeah, like a wildfire.
Wildfire smoke going across, and we're going, "Yeah, but there's nothing to burn here,"
Right. It's like already kind of this volcanic. I mean, it's between Reykjavik and the airport is a lot of old lava flows with really sparse vegetation.
Stuff. Yeah. But didn't take very long before it was like, oh, that is a volcano erupting.
Yeah. So I think it was like the 9th or 10th time that volcano has been active in the last half dozen years or something. That's all right, Dad?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and it was really cool. I mean, we were...
Just happens to go off like 2 hours before we head to the airport.
Exactly.
With the immediate concern that wind's not blowing towards the airport, the ground planes.
Right, because that's a thing that happens sometimes for sure there. But fortunately for us, it wasn't. Although maybe it was unfortunate. If it had been, maybe we could have gone and gotten closer. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we were probably, I don't know, 1.5 miles or 2 miles. I don't know how far from the road the eruption itself actually was, but we could see the line of lava. It was not really what I expected. Was it what you expected, Dad?
No, it kind of looked like a grass fire working its way across.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know how to say it, but maybe hotter, more bright, than a fire. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I feel like when you looked at it, you were like, oh, that's lava.
Right. Almost immediately you go, oh, yeah, that's lava, just because of as you were saying, the intensity of it.
Right. The bright orange color.
Yeah.
But it was, like you're saying, I don't know, I mean, looked like, I'm sure anybody can
It wasn't going
up
in the air. It was just sort of oozing across the landscape.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell it was spurting a little bit, like, 10 feet up in the air or something.
Yeah.
Like the height of fire would burn. But it was in a long line, like you're saying, Dad. A grass fire is a good way to imagine it, like a big, long line of grass
the fire ended up evacuating people from the Blue Lagoon, which is this hot springs paradise place that people stay at and go to. And we were very well could have been there the day before for that because we went but chose to go to a different lagoon instead. So kind of wild.
Yeah, it was cool. I feel like that was a nice bonus to the trip.
A little send-off from Iceland.
So, and Robert kind of wanted to see lava, and I was like, buddy, I don't think on this trip we're going to get to see lava, and then we did, so not bad. Then, I don't know, Dad, we made it to the airport, really no issues getting there, right?
Right, no issues at Reykjavik.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute now. No issues at Reykjavik?
At Reykjavik? On the way out?
Well, I was...
Yeah.
You mean... You in line and having to get through line?
Yeah, that little thing where I had to go through the line and figure out whether I had to pay for whether my cost per pound of fish is going up or not.
It was.
It did. It doubled. The cost of my fish doubled.
I thought we were letting you off the hook for that. So
yeah, we discovered that what GT paid for was the return flights with his fish.
Right.
But somehow we did manage to get on the first flight going there with your fish.
Without paying anything.
So anyway.
All I know is I've paid at least $230 so far to ship my fish back.
So far.
That I haven't caught.
Yeah. No, right. Yeah. Well, I don't think you're done. We'll talk about where we're going next.
The continuing fish shipping story.
Yeah.
We haven't got the fish yet.
Definitely a thread in all this.
Right.
And then pretty easy flight to Oslo from Reykjavik, like 2.5 hours or whatever, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Landed in Oslo, really easy sort of customs, almost non-existent, which was surprising.
Yeah, the easiest I've ever seen internationally.
And then things took a slight turn towards the inconvenient.
Right.
Which, Dad, what was that?
That was a 2-hour wait for luggage.
Yeah, our first piece of luggage came out, I would say, at about minute 45 after 2 changes in where they were supposed to come out. And then we got like 1 or 2 pieces of luggage. And then for more than an hour, we got nothing. And they basically just said, something's broken in the back.
And you'll get it when it comes.
You'll get it when it comes. And what, of course, the irony in that is I literally walked up there next to you, GT, and said, you know, it's really amazing how well this whole system works with luggage, like that they don't lose track of more stuff. And they hadn't lost track of our stuff.
Right.
But it was one of those, why did I say anything kind of moments.
Yeah, I think we'll have a few of those on this trip.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But we got it. And then we, Poppy had led the efforts for planning Oslo. And I would say, Poppy, you did a bang-up job of that.
Did a great job.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and the biggest thing, what was like the biggest thing that we kind of took away? What was the thing you definitely do if you went to Oslo again in terms of being prepared to be there?
Don't know where you're going.
Your big idea.
The Oslo Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dad found the Oslo Pass a couple months ago and said, I think we should get this. And it was like $100 for an adult, $75 for a senior, and $50 for a Robert. And it got us on the train back and forth to the airport, which took, 20 minutes?
Right.
And leaves every 20 minutes. Super convenient, except that our baggage delay put us into rush hour and the train was very full.
Right.
And then it got us into a whole bunch of museums, right? So we rented an Airbnb pretty close to the central station in downtown. Dad, what about what were all, just list the museums that we went to on the Oslo Pass.
Well, the first was, I'm trying to think of the name of the one with the Arctic expedition. The Fram Museum, the Norway Maritime Museum, the Kon-Tiki Museum, the Natural History Museum, the
Nobel Peace Prize
Museum, the Munch Museum, which was artist.
And then on the second day,
well, yeah, I mean, that was 2 days, but man, we did
a lot of stuff.
And we did all of that, and you were probably getting to it, but the other transportation, right?
Right. And I think we all agreed one of the best transportation systems that we were ever.
Yeah. Well, and we
with,
took a ferry over to Fram and Kon-Tiki and Maritime, and the ferry was covered by the Oslo Pass. So all of these that we're talking about, we got into with the Oslo Pass for no additional cost.
And 3 meals that we got 25% discounts on from the Oslo
Yeah,
Pass.
I think it was 20%, but yeah I mean.
So we probably, we spent, on the pass, we spent, 125?
Between us, like
225?
350. Mine was 100.
Oh,
you guys would have had 150.
Yeah.
No. I'm not doing the math right.
300.
$300.
$300 for the pass. We probably got, with all the admissions and food discounts and everything else, probably $700 worth of stuff off of that.
Right. And I would say that the only big downside to our time in Oslo was the weather.
Yeah, it was extremely warm.
Like very, very warm.
Yes, for there.
Right.
Record-breaking temperatures.
And we were in a 7th floor apartment.
With no air conditioning.
Which was nice enough, but there was no air conditioning.
Imagine if we were on a 1st floor apartment in that thing with no air conditioning and down at the bottom there. Yeah. No air would have moved through there.
Right.
But it was hot.
So the heat was a little bit inescapable for us because, again, as we mentioned earlier, it basically never gets dark. I mean, Oslo was as close as we got to dark, but even when I woke up at 3 a.m, it was like dusk.
Right.
I mean, it was darkest between like 12:30 and 1.
Yeah, so it didn't. It just didn't cool down. I mean, you're in the city first of all, and then it just didn't cool down. But the heat also provided Robert a couple advantages.
Right.
Robert, after his swim in the secret lagoon hot spring in Iceland, managed to get not one but two swims in Oslo. We swam in the harbor, right?
Yep.
Which was right outside the Opera House. Really cool setting. Little tiny public beach there. But he saw people swimming in there on the first afternoon that we were in town. And that was like, he must have asked me 25 times. Literally must have asked me 25 times in the next 24 hours if we could go swimming. So, which I think was cool. We found something cool to do outdoors. And then the second day, we had him kind of all the way worn out with museums and travel and getting around. And
he was so good at all of the museums. So even the Nobel Peace Museum, which is a wonderful tribute, but as he would say, boring. but he went through it and he tried to pick things up and tried to understand.
And he was engaged in it.
He was engaged in it.
Right. He wrote that little note. There's a exhibit in there where people can write notes, and he wrote "Love from Robert, USA" on it, I mean, his final analysis was that it wasn't the most exciting museum, but he really did well. But then on the way back, I guess it was from that, we kind of decided we were going to head to Munch, and Munch, Edvard Munch was the artist that painted that really famous painting, The Scream, which was set right there on the harbor in Oslo. And Robert kind of wore out, and so GT very kindly volunteered to take him back to the apartment to give him a break, and Dad and I went on, and actually your nephew Neil, who's now also joined the trip, he joined up with us the evening before, right, and then was with us for the second day of museum. So we'll hear from Neil hopefully eventually on one of these once we get to the fishing. But he and Dad and I went over to Munch. You guys went back to the apartment, and then about the time we were getting back to the apartment, it turned out that Robert had conned GT into taking him to a fountain that he had seen people swimming in the day before.
Right. And he went over there, and the fountain was only maybe 18 inches deep.
Yeah.
And he insisted on swimming across it.
Yeah.
And like he just laid in there, swimming, head underwater, count how long I'm under the water, and like just
right.
All the other kids are splashing around in it, and he's swimming across the fountain.
And then later he complained that something was hurting inside his shirt. We think he might have chafed his nipples on the bottom of the fountain. Yeah, right. Anyway, so I mean, I don't know. It was cool. We found a little outdoors in Oslo, but I don't know. It is a beautiful city. What do you think, Dad?
Yeah, really nice, really clean.
I think one of the nicest cities of that size. That's what was it, 600,000 people?
I thought 700.
700,000.
Like,
and it was just clean and not noisy, and very few cars, and great public transportation, and the people were cordial, and it was just a really pleasant place to hang out, and felt very safe.
Right.
It was just the trains were meticulous. The airport was beautiful. It's
right.
like the whole everything about that area was really nice.
But Robert did prefer the bakeries in Iceland.
He did.
Robert's still chasing the high of the second bakery that we were in.
Yeah, I think we're on cinnamon roll number 8 or 9 at this point, right?
Today might have been the first day he didn't get one.
Yeah.
But anyway, he'll live. Maybe that's why he ate so well the rest of the day today, because he didn't start out with a cinnamon roll.
Right.
And then I had a little snafu. I bought him what I thought was whole milk. It turned out to be buttermilk, so he was excited about a bowl of cornflakes, and I poured buttermilk on it, and that was the end of that deal.
He'll never eat cornflakes again, probably.
So, Dad, then we left Oslo. It's now what? It's hard to keep track of the days. It's Sunday right now, Sunday evening. So we left Oslo on Friday, right?
Yes.
And where are we now? Where'd we fly to?
Tromsø.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you.
That might be like the only Norwegian place name that Oslo and Tromsø might be the only ones we pronounce correctly.
Yeah. I cannot repeat one street name.
No, it's very difficult. Oh, there's a lot of consonants together
Right.
that don't.
That always sound like swear word passages
Yeah.
and stuff, you know.
So Tromsø is. What are the interesting facts about Tromsø?
It's hilly.
It is hilly. Dad walked back up here
Yeah.
from downtown.
Oh, you guys did also.
No, we took a cab.
Oh, you took yeah. So I got my steps in, so
That's
I was
good.
happy.
No, I mean, what we looked up a few things this morning because we were talking about the history of the place and wondering about kind of how this came to be a town. But I mean, I guess one of you, where is it? Like, describe where we are.
Well, we're 200 miles north of the Arctic Circle, and Tromsø says it is the largest city the most farther north city in the world.
It's and it's the largest city north of the Arctic Circle.
Right, meaning mostly population has to be 50,000 to be a city,
and it's about
70 or 80, I think.
Yeah.
I thought the other amazing thing was like that this community was formed back in like the 13th century.
Yeah, so it said it's been occupied since the Stone Age. The first church was built here in like 1225 or something.
Yeah.
And then it became like an official Norwegian municipality, I think, in the 1700s.
But we think mostly because its location and access to the Norwegian Sea and the Barents Sea,
right?
And that it stays ice free.
It's got an ice-free port in the winter.
Ice-free port. I would think that would be a big deal.
Right, which is obviously must have been a huge deal, and it's way up here towards Russia, so it's probably an important commerce lane and a strategic location for military purposes and everything else. But what I was really surprised in, it was a 2-hour flight up here or something.
Right.
Absolutely beautiful. We did it during the day. It's kind of amazing to fly up here, lakes and glaciers and islands and fjords, and but you can see, there's a Atlantic highway here in Norway that you can drive up the coast, and there's bridges that island hop all the way up here. There's there's humanity, commerce things going on, like all along the route. It's not like, you're way far north of the Arctic Circle, and I'd think of like remote Alaska, and it's not like that. I mean, obviously it'd take a long time to drive up here, but but
between the mountains and the fjords and so forth, it's just so beautiful.
Oh my, it's so beautiful here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm kind of amazed at all the snow that we see. I know that we talk mountains and stuff, but we're starting out here at sea level, so it's not like we're out west and we're at somewhere where the mountains are 8,000 or 10,000 feet high. I don't think they're that high.
Yeah, we should look that up.
But being north of the Arctic Circle,
what would your guess be? How high are these?
4 to 5, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say
ones.
3,000 to 5,000 feet, but they're coming right out of sea level, so they're impressive mountains. It's like southeast Alaska, but it's not as timbered, and I think you get broader views a lot of places. So it is. I mean, it really is one of the prettiest places I've ever been.
And the other part is the water is crystal clear.
Yeah.
So it's really a beautiful picture.
Right.
Vision.
Yeah, and the guys actually went out here near Tromsø early this morning and caught a few cod from the shore. One of the other guys that joined us, Nate Weesey, and his daughter Emerson have joined us now too. That rounds out and Zach Klein. That's our 8 people. So the 3 of us sitting here, and Robert makes 4, and then Nate and Emerson 6, and then your nephew Neil and Dr. Zach Klein. So we all met up here in Tromsø. Everybody's here now.
By the way, the mountain is 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet.
It's the highest peak around here.
So 4 to 5,000 is probably a great guess for a lot of the normal peaks, and then the tallest ones are 6.
Yeah.
So we all arrived here in Tromsø, met up at an Airbnb. We drove around a little bit today, saw some other parts of this island, and crossed over to a really cool spot. But what was the really unusual thing that we saw there, GT?
What we saw there was this beautiful beach and people swimming in the beach.
Right, which has got to be cold water. It can't be.
Got to be cold, but they were hanging in there. Maybe it was pretty shallow though.
I think Norwegians are tough about cold water.
Yeah, I think so. But we were out on like a little jutted peninsula, throwing some lures in the water to see if there were fish around and things.
Couldn't catch anything.
Didn't catch a darn thing. But it was really a beautiful spot to be hanging out there. But we look back at the beach, and here's all these people on the beach, and a group of about 4 reindeer just walking back and forth up and down the beach.
Yeah, and
casually up and down the beach, not interacting with anybody, not just.
When we first saw them, we thought maybe the way we went out to get on the rocks had scared them and like pushed them towards the beach. I was actually a little worried, like, oh man, maybe we did something bad here. And then no, they were just hanging out on the beach. They kept going back and forth. They were there basically the whole time we were.
Yeah, and I actually hiked down onto the beach there and walked up, and I don't know, I was probably within 100 feet of them and took some pictures and tried to get some weird shots of the reindeer in the foreground with people bathing in the background. It was, it was very, and beautiful mountains behind that. It was really quite different. Like only in Norway could you ever take that picture, I would think.
Right. Absolutely wild.
Yeah.
So let's see. The other thing we've been doing is, we had dinner, everybody together last night, and Robert added 2 items to his European Adventure seafood list, right? GT's been keeping a complete. What's the complete list of seafood? Do you have it, GT?
We're at 15 or 16 different seafoods he's consumed so far on our trip. That range from mussels and calamari and salmon and lobster soup and salmon eggs and wolffish and tusk and char, Norway lobster, trout roast, snow crab, Norway shrimp, ceviche, salmon ceviche, redfish, halibut, and dry cod from Estonia.
He did not like the dry cod that Zach Klein brought from Estonia.
No, that was a definite no.
I agreed with him. I didn't care for it that much either. Right. But he did have a little bit of cod. Do you have cod on there? He had cod for breakfast.
Oh, I didn't.
He ate some of the cod.
I didn't get to that.
So the guys did catch one cod that they kept last night, one legal one, and we had cod and eggs, some of us for breakfast. So anyway, anything else about Tromsø, Poppy?
I think maybe both places we found walks where people seem to gather at night and walk down I don't know, the whole thing tonight was the town, no road down through there. Mm-hmm. They'll have a walkway or a park or something like that where all the people seem to walk in the evening.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat, and it's always surrounded by shops and gelatos, places and souvenir places. And I think at both places there were cruise ships there while we were there. So,
yeah. Robert has also grown accustomed to ice cream. He prefers gelato, but if he can't get it, he'll take ice cream. So that's actually been fun. So we went down there tonight. We learned that a lot of businesses are closed on Sundays in Norway, including all the big grocery stores are closed. But the big thing that's going on is we leave early tomorrow morning, right, GT?
Yeah, and maybe we'll get to fish at some point on this fishing trip. I feel like I've been on like the longest vacation ever. I mean, it's been really fun, but I'm like, okay, gosh, I think this trip should be over. Wait a minute, the reason we're here hasn't even started yet.
Not yet.
Wow.
But no, so tomorrow we fly to Hallgrímskirkja kind of early in the morning, and Hallgrímskirkja is on the island of Soroya, I believe, but hopefully we'll get a fishing guide on here to help us with some pronunciations of everything in the next episode. But we're really excited. They've been posting a lot of pictures from the lodge, including they catch this fish that looks like a yellow-eyed rockfish, which is they call it a redfish. That's what GT meant. Robert had last night for dinner was redfish. And so they posted a picture of a monster redfish today.
Well, and by tomorrow at this time, I'll have a new increased tally on cost of shipping my baggage.
You definitely will.
For the per pound cost.
Oh, yeah.
For the
No,
fish.
we're going to know by the end of this what the total was for sure. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because the thing about that was somehow you paid $100 to bring the bag back, but ahead of time. You managed to get the bag to Reykjavik for free on Icelandic Air. This is all on Icelandic. But then the leg only from Reykjavik to Oslo, which is only a 2.5-hour flight, that cost you $130. That was more somehow than both legs going home.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I figure it'll be about $250 to get it up the 20-minute flight to Tromsø.
Yeah, probably. I think it's $75.
Is it right?
I think so. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else to add, Poppy?
Not that I can think of.
You ready to go fishing?
I am ready and looking forward to it.
You ready to go fishing, GT?
I am, and somebody else is really ready to go fishing.
Yeah, Robert's ready. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. Tune in. This is going to be the first of 3 episodes. The next episode will actually be the one we record from the lodge, all about fishing. And then we'll record a third one after we get home with GT's final tally on how much the fish cost him per pound to get from Hallgrímskirkja, Norway to Santa Fe, New Mexico. So tune in for that. We've been posting a lot on Instagram and Facebook at Outdoor Rules. And if there's anything you want to tell us about, we would love to hear from you by email, outdoorrules@gmail.com. All right. I hope you tune in for the next one. Thanks again. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks.
Bye.
Hunting and fishing, the great outdoors, mixing history, laughter, love, and folklore, creating memories with family and friends. These are the trophies that matter in the end. Outdoor Rules.